Hello, my name is George, and in this video, I'm going to review Earthlink Internet. We'll talk about how Earthlink works, what you need to know about their prices and plans, how fast and reliable they are, and their customer service. So by the end of this video, you will know if Earthlinks make sense for your home internet needs. Before we dive in, a quick note, some links in the description are affiliate links, which means I may earn a small commission if you make a purchase through them at no extra cost to you. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, and now let's get started. What is Earthlink and how does it work? Earthlink has been around for a long time. Back in the day, they were one of the top dial-up internet providers. Fast forward to today, and they offer fiber internet, fixed wireless, satellite internet, and DSL in many areas. By the way, DSL stands for Digital Subscriber Line. They have one of the widest coverages in the country, reaching 96% of US households across 48 states. Only Alaska and Hawaii are not covered. But here's something most people don't know. Earthlink doesn't actually own its network. Instead, they rent internet networks from other companies like AT&T, Frontier, CenturyLink, T-Mobile, and Viasat. That's how they manage to be available in so many places. But renting networks can also make Earthlink's prices a bit higher than other internet providers. If you have access to AT&T Fiber or Verizon 5G home internet at your address, those may give you faster speeds for less money. But Earthlink is still worth looking at, especially if you live in areas where those bigger providers are not available. What types of internet plans does Earthlink offer? Earthlink has four main types of internet: fiber, fixed wireless, satellite, and DSL. The plans and speeds you can get depend on where you live. In some areas, you can get super fast fiber internet. In others, you might only have access to fixed wireless or satellite. Let me give you an example of their fiber plans using prices from the Alabama market. These can change by location, but this will give you an idea. The 100 megabits per second plan costs $54 per month with 100 megabits per second for both download and upload. The 300 megabits per second plan is $64 per month. If you need more speed, there is a 500 megabit per second plan for $79. Now, for big households or people who do a lot of streaming and gaming, the 1000 megabit per second plan, which is $89 a month. Earthlink also offers 2 gigabit and even 5 gigabit plans for $144 and $200 per month if you want the fastest speeds possible. All fiber plans come with a $15 monthly equipment rental fee, and there is a 1-year contract. The good news, no data caps. You can use as much internet as you want without worrying about extra charges. What about Earthlink wireless and satellite internet plans? If you don't have access to fiber, Earthlink offers fixed wireless internet. This plan starts at around $50 per month and gives you speeds up to 25 megabits per second. The difference here is that instead of choosing your plan based on speed, you choose based on how much data you need each month. The setup is easy with self-installation for most wireless plans. Satellite internet is also available with speeds up to 100 megabits per second. Pricing for satellite isn't always listed on their website, and the cost can be higher than other types of internet. Satellite also comes with data limits. Once you go over your data, you might see slower speeds. But satellite can be a good option if you live far from town and don't have many other choices. How much are the extra fees and what's the contract situation? Now, let's talk about those extra costs. For fiber and DSL plans, you're required to rent the equipment for $15 per month. Unfortunately, you cannot use your own modem and router to avoid that fee. For satellite and wireless plans, the fees can change depending on where you live. There are also installation fees. Sometimes Earthlink offers discounts. In Alabama, for example, they've offered installation for as low as $20. But normally, installation can cost anywhere between $40 and $200 depending on the provider Earthlink rents from. In some rare cases, they say it can be up to $400, though that seems to be the worst case scenario. Always ask when you sign up so you're not surprised. Contracts are required for most Earthlink plans. You'll usually be locked in for 1 year. If you break that contract early, the termination fee can be as high as $200. If you'd rather avoid contracts, there's a prepaid month-to-month option available, which is helpful if you're not sure how long you'll need the service. Also, if you decide to cancel your Earthlink service, there's no online option. You'll need to make a phone call to cancel, so be ready for that. How reliable is Earthlink internet? This part really depends on what type of plan you have and where you live. If you're on fiber, you're in good shape. Earthlink fiber is known to be steady, with speeds that stay fast even during busy hours. There are no data caps, and they promise not to slow down your speeds. That's great if you stream in high definition, work from home, or have multiple people gaming and downloading at the same time. For fixed wireless and satellite, performance is a little less predictable. You might experience slowdowns during peak times, and once you use up your priority data on wireless plans, your speeds will drop. That's something to keep in mind if you rely on fast speeds every day. What do real customers think of Earthlink? Most people who use Earthlink fiber internet seem happy with it. They like that the installation is smooth and handled by professionals. Customers also like the predictable pricing. Earthlink doesn't play the game where they give you a low intro rate and then double the price a year later. What you see is what you get from day one. Now, one of the biggest positives I've noticed is that people appreciate the unlimited data on fiber. No one likes worrying about going over a limit or paying extra fees. That makes Earthlink a solid choice for heavy internet users. But there are, of course, some downsides. Some customers have complained about slowdowns on wireless and satellite plans. Others find the prices higher than expected, especially when they realize they could have gotten cheaper service from networks owners like AT&T or Frontier if those were available in their area. Also, having to make a phone call just to find out exact prices or to cancel your plan is old school and not very customer friendly. Are there any special perks? Earthlink throws in a few nice extras with their service. Right now, they offer 3 months of SiriusXM for free, 30 days of Hulu, and some discount perks from other services. It's nothing major, but it's a nice touch. So, is Earthlink worth it? Alright, let's be real. Earthlink isn't going to be the cheapest option out there. If you have AT&T Fiber or Verizon 5G or T-Mobile home internet available where you live, those are probably better picks for faster speeds and lower prices. But if you're in a place where those aren't options, Earthlink is a solid backup. They have wide coverage, unlimited data on fiber, reliable speeds for most households, and pricing that doesn't jump after a year. You'll pay a little more upfront, but you avoid that nasty surprise of rates doubling down the road. Just make sure you factor in the equipment and installation fees and read all the fine print when you sign up. Final thoughts. To sum it up, Earthlink Internet is good for people who want reliability, broad availability, and stable prices. Their fiber plans are the best deal they offer with no data caps and strong speeds for everything from streaming to gaming to working from home. Wireless and satellite plans can work if you're in a rural area with few other options, but they come with limits and potential slowdowns. The pricing is higher than average, but you won't be dealing with surprise price hikes later. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.